Joining me now from Beirut is France 24's Renée Davis. Renée, this is clearly a developing story, so what is the latest?
Well, the latest here today on the ground is the Israeli army continues to plummet southern Lebanon. As you just mentioned, the entire district of Nabatea was evacuated once again. It was only evacuated a few days ago, so it's evacuated again today. That's over 100,000 people live in this area. We've seen continued strikes across many villages. A mosque was destroyed in Jezin, also in the Nabatea district. 2 were killed in Duer. This morning, I also got word of a young student from the village of Kleya who was killed yesterday in a drone strike. Now, Kleya is a Christian village in southern Lebanon. There are a few Christian pockets that are rarely targeted, let alone their civilians. So I took it upon myself to call the local priest of Kleya. Now, he's familiar with the family. He explained to me that this young student went to Beirut yesterday to take her to sit her exams at the Lebanese university. She was a science major. Upon arrival, as you and I, Annette, spoke about this yesterday, the dean of the Lebanese university postponed all the exams to next week. So she called her dad to come and pick her up. He came to pick her up with her 12-year-old little brother in the car. And they were driving back to Kleya. They were roughly about 30-40 minutes away from Saida near the Litani River, which is only about half an hour away from Beirut, where they were killed by an Israeli drone strike. So that just goes to show the civilian victims here that are caught in the crosshairs of this ongoing brutal war.
And the Lebanese government, Renée, says a new agreement to end the violence is definitely starting to take shape. What more are you able to tell us?
Well, there's so many dynamics to this because, as I'm sure you know, these negotiations have been ongoing for weeks now, over a month, with little progress in sight. Now, after yesterday's announcement from Netanyahu, which would prove to be a major escalation by targeting Beirut, and then there was a reported phone call between Donald Trump and Netanyahu, where Donald Trump supposedly said that he's undermining his diplomatic efforts, and therefore Beirut would not be hit as long as Hezbollah stopped launching rockets into northern Israel. So there's so much to unpack here. I think the reason Donald Trump is so, cares about Lebanon now is because Lebanon is really a key point in the deadlock between the US and Iran negotiations. On the one hand, Iran insists Lebanon be included in the ceasefire, and on the other, Israel says they have the right to defend themselves against Hezbollah and still make a deal with Iran. Now, so many factors come into play here. You also have Hezbollah that agreed to the deal through the help of the parliament speaker here in Lebanon. But it seems that this deal was mainly focused around Beirut. As we see now, there's been no respite for South Lebanon and strikes are continuing.
Renée Davis reporting there from Beirut.